Which fruit has the longest range of Blox fruits? Is it the love fruit or maybe it's the dragon fruit? Well, today we finna find out because I'm gonna be testing and ranking all 41 fruits in the game from shortest to longest. And it starts with the rocket fruit. And this here is level 1. And we're gonna have 3 different levels throughout the video that we're gonna test distances on. First off, we have rockets. Let's see, does missile fist land? Nope, it doesn't even land halfway. What about air strike? Even less. Okay, last hope, we have rocket crash. Let's see if this one lands, and oh, that one actually landed. So rocket gets to move up. I actually didn't even expect that. Miss Rocket Crash goes a lot further than I thought it would. Next up, I got the spin fruit. This one I have a feeling isn't gonna be much. Let's go ahead and test it out. Razor Wind. Yeah, that is not hitting. Tornado Assault. Does that reach? Nope, not even close. Last ability we could get is Air Slasher. Let me go ahead and hold that. Let's see if that hits. Air Slasher. Oh, that hits. Okay, so spin moves up. But what about the blade fruit? First ability, we have Razor Cyclone. Let's go to C. Oh, that didn't even reach half of the square. Next up, Blade Dance. And this wasn't even close. All right, what about Saw Shredder? This has got to hit, right? No, that was even less. Wow, so we have our first fruit that wasn't able to pass, which means that Blade is gonna go straight in Dookie tier. Yeah, you got no range on this, really. But maybe Spring will be different. I think the longest range ability on Spring is Spring Snipe, so let's go ahead and see. Does this hit? And oh, we get right about halfway. And every other ability I think is way less, like Knock. Yeah, no range with that. Spring Cannon, you ain't even moving. And last but not least, we have Spring Emperor. Oh, that one almost hit, but it pushed me back. Okay, hold on. Let's test it out one more time. Spring Emperor, come on. Yeah, that's just not hitting. So Spring is going straight in Dookie tier as well. Moving up to Bomb, though. This comment I have hope for. First move, we have Targeted Bomb. This is actually a long range one. It looks like it's right on her. Hold on. This may hit. Oh, that fully hit. So Bomb moves on. There's no point to test any of the other abilities because, well, I think Targeted Bomb is actually the longest range one in the kit. Next up, we got one of my favorite commons, Smoke Fruit. And the longest range ability on this is Smoke Blast, I believe. So let's go ahead and aim that. Let's see if it hits. And it does. Perfect. Wow, a lot of these commons are moving on. I didn't expect that. Lots of common fruits. We got Spike. Let's see. Will Spike Summon hit? And it does. Okay, so it actually moves on. Let's see. Does Spiky Ball hit? Or is Spike Summon the only move that will hit? Oh, Spiky Ball hits too. And what about Spike Barrage? Does that hit? No. Okay, so the longest range abilities are Spike Summon and Spiky Ball. We'll keep that in mind for later. But Spike does move on. And that right there marks the last of the common fruits. Over like 80% of them made it. So that's pretty surprising. But next up, we're moving on to uncommon, starting with Flame. First off, we got Blue Fire Bullets. Let's see. Does this hit? And that does, which is crazy because that's not even the longest range ability. For example, Prominence Burst also hits easily and goes past the finish line. Easy dub for Flame. But what about the Ice Fruit? Will this one actually work? First off, Cold Storm. Let's see if that hits. Okay, that's traveling really slow. It barely went in front of me. Okay, what about Glacial Surge? It hit about 60% of the way there, but not enough. Ice Bird's our last hope with Ice, and it actually does not hit. Okay, you know, before I disqualify Ice, we actually have to test out something. Right now, Ice Bird is unawakened. However, if I go over here and awaken it, will that one hit? The moment of truth, does Ice hit this or does it get disqualified? And it hits it easily. Wow. Okay, so Ice moves on. Next up, we got Sand. Longest range ability is Desert Blade, and easily. Sand passes as well. Now we're moving on to the Dark Fruit. I'm actually about to do something interesting for this one. To give Dark the best advantage, we're actually going to unawaken its Z ability because the unawakened Z has way more range than the awakened Z. And here we go, Dark Rocks. Let's test it out. Does Dark move on or does it get eliminated? And ooh, that actually passes with Flying Colors, and one of them went even further down. So Dark's got some range in it. But does the new Eagle Fruit got some range in it? This just got completely reworked, so I'm actually curious to find this one out. So let's go ahead and eat that. And here we go. First off, we have an M1 with it. Can this reach? Let me charge that fully. Oh, the M1 alone reaches. That's actually kind of crazy. Okay, let's see if any of the other abilities hit, though. Wind Burst. Let me charge this fully. Okay, Wind Burst barely goes in front of you, so that's a mid-range move. What about Feather Storm? This is a barrage. Okay, that definitely does not hit. What about Bone Crusher? And no, but it gets about 60% of the way there. Just shy of being able to hit. Last but not least, we have Soaring Talon. If Soaring Talon can't last, I don't think Eagle's gonna make it past the second round. And Eagle does not have much range, but it just barely passes for now. Next up, we got Diamond. First off, let's test off the M1. Charging the full M1. Does this hit? And oh, we get like 70% of the way there, but it just doesn't make it. All right, what about Encrust? Yeah, that's just not straight up hitting. Okay, what about Shard Storm? Oh, is it hitting? No, it just barely does not hit. Shimmery Disruption? All right, last but not least, last ditch effort, Prismatic Reflection. Does this hit? No, this does not hit. Okay, so Diamond is going straight in the Dookie tier. Couldn't even make it past stage 1. Now, we already know the answer to this one, man. Like we legit know this is hitting. The Light Fruit, I guarantee you the first ability alone, Divine Arrow, this is hitting. Yeah, that's easy. That's easy. And it went way further past. Easy pass for light. The rubber fruit, I think we all know the result of this one. Let me go ahead and activate gear 2. And I'm pretty sure the M1 might be able to hit from here. Let me see. Okay, yeah, the M1's not hitting. I'm just straight yapping. All right, let's go ahead and use the slingshot. This is one of the longest range moves in the game, I'm pretty sure. So this, yeah, that 100% hits. That 100%. This just straight up passes. I'm actually curious about this. I've never tested the ghost fruit range, so I don't know if this will pass. All right, first off, we have Shivering Possession. Oh, that almost hits, but just barely doesn't. Okay, Spectral Release. Yeah, that's not hitting. That's not reaching. What about this? Yeah, that's not hitting either. What about our Ghostbusters? Now, if our Ghostbusters can track this person from here and attack her, that'll count. But it does not look like they even detect her at all. Yeah, Ghost has got no range. Straight in the dookie tier, man. All right, we're testing out Magma next. This one should easily pass. Magma Showers. Yeah, that easily passes, and I aimed that completely wrong. So this passes with flying colors. But will the Quake Fruit pass? We just finished the rare category, and now we're moving up to the first legendary. I'm actually curious to see if this will even hit. First off, we have Air Crusher. Let's see if this hits. And it does right off the bat. Okay, so we don't even need to test out these other abilities. We'll save those for later. Buddha Fruit next. Interesting. Now with Buddha Fruit, there's a few abilities we could test, and the first one being Buddha Leap. I'm gonna awaken this later if this doesn't hit, but let's just see if it does. Buddha Leap. Oh yeah, that hits 100%. That hits 100%. Up next, we have the Love Fruit, the old infinite attacking range ability. First off, let's test out Heart Shot. Let's see if that hits from here. And that does. And needless to say, love passes with flying colors. But Will Creation, another one of the fruits that just got reworked this update. Barrier had literal absolute dookie range. Does it get better with Creation? First off, let's see the M1. Does this hit? No, the M1 looks like it can go maximum this distance. Okay, what about Batter Up? Let me see. Let me charge that fully. I think depending on how long we charge it, it could go further range. Let's see. No, that's not even close. Okay, what about Sleight of Hand? Maybe this will go far range? Nope. Sword Box? Hopefully this goes far range. Oh, that one hit. Easy work. Okay, you know what? Just to test this out too, let's go ahead and do Magic City. Oh yeah, that hit easy. We got a lot of range with Magic City. Okay, so Creation does pass. We got more range than last update. Now the Spider Fruit. Let's see. Thermal Laceration. That does not hit. Silk Prison. That just barely doesn't hit. Okay, what about Eternal White? Okay, that hits. That hits. So we move, and now we're moving on to Sound Fruit. I don't actually think Sound has anything that can hit this. Okay, hold on, let me see. Rhapsody Notes. That almost hits. Okay, what about Fortissimo? No, not even close. Symphonic Radiance. Okay. Oh, that hits. Okay, that's actually interesting. That's actually really interesting. And I'm pretty sure Glorious Harmony would hit as well. Wow, I didn't expect that. Sound, you surprised me. Let's see if this stands true for Phoenix. We have Cremation Flames. Let's go ahead and use this. Wow, that doesn't hit in Unawakened. Okay, let me go ahead and test it out with Awakened version. No, that doesn't even reach. That's crazy. Okay, what about Swift Flight? Oh, that almost hits. Flaming Exodus, maybe this will hit? No. Oh, I don't think Phoenix wins this at all, bro. This is crazy. So Phoenix, man, you're going straight dookie tier. First legendary to not pass. But next up, we got Portal, and I have a feeling this one's not passing either. Okay, first of all, we have Portal Dash. Let me try to aim that up. Yeah, that made it about halfway. Quantum Leap. Let me see. Does this teleport all the way over here? No. This is the maximum distance of Quantum Leap. And Dimensional Rift and Parallel Escape would not make it. Portal, unfortunately, does not make it. It stays in dookie tier. This has me wondering if Rumble will even make it. I think we'll actually make it with Rumble on the first ability. Let's see. And we do. Rumble passes easy. And I'm pretty sure it would also pass for Sky Judgment. Yep, but I believe this is the max range of Sky Judgment, so Rumble may struggle in the next level. Pain Fruit next. Let's be real. We all know the result of this. It has been a long-known fact in Blox Fruits that the Pain moves can damn near go on forever, like 2,000 blocks or something like that. So yeah, this is gonna be no issue. Pain hits that easily. Next up, we got Blizzard. Snowflake Shuriken. Let me see if that hits. Wow, that just disappears right before. Okay, what about Whiteout? Okay. That hits, actually. Wow. Blizzard's got a little bit more range than I thought. So Blizzard passes. That said, Blizzard was the last legendary of the video. Now we're moving on to Mythicals. Starting off with the newly reworked Gravity Fruit. And this one I'm actually a bit curious about. First off, we have Singularity, which is not a long range ability at all. Okay, what about Orbital Chain? This is a turret ability. Will this hit? This does. At this distance is crazy. And I have a feeling Gravity is going to make it really far in this video. But enough of that. Let's reset and let's switch on to the second mythical of the video, Mammoth. I don't think we're going to be having any trouble passing with this one. Let me just go ahead and use this. Stampede. I believe this is the longest range ability. Wow. Not only did I miss that, it went past without me even trying to go past. Yeah, Mammoth has no trouble with this. What about T-Rex though? T-Rex, I believe, is the same thing. If we use our Gigantic Leap and aim it correctly, it'll actually go past. Yeah, T-Rex passes that pretty easily. Pretty convincingly too. The Doe Fruit. Ooh, I'm curious about this one. Can Doe even pass this? All right, first off, we have Missile Jab. Does this hit? It does. That actually went pretty far. Don't man make it far. You know what? There's no reason for me to test any further. Don't got it. Shadow next. All right, first off, let's test Somber Rebellion. Oh, that almost hit. No, I have a feeling Shadow's gonna fail. Okay, hold on. What about Shade's Nest? Let me hold this. Maybe if you hold it, it goes longer. Okay, that hit. Perfect. So Shadow at least makes it past the level 1. So far, we haven't had any Mythicals fail yet. I'm glad about that. Let's see if this stands true with Venom. First off, Poison Daggers. Almost hits, but just barely doesn't. Noxious Shot. Let's hold this fully. And it still doesn't hit. It just barely doesn't hit. I think for this one, we're going to have to get the Fury Meter full and test this out this way. All right, we got our Fury Meter full. And now it's time to test in transformation. First off, Poison Daggers. Does that hit? Still no. Okay, what about Noxious Shot? This has to hit, right? Yep, that does. Okay, I was about to be worried. If Venom got eliminated round 1, that would have been insane. Next up, Control. All right, for this one, we have to activate our control area, which does activate over there. In fact, it goes even further back. So we went 100%. We'll be able to pass with Control. Not only can the Levitate hit, the Gamma Rush also would be able to hit. Very impressive. The Gas Fruit is next, and this one I'm actually a little bit curious about if it'll even pass. We're gonna have to test this out in base and transformation, but let's just see if it passes in base. If it does, there's no need to transform. Smog Demons does not hit. Wow. Only thing left to do is transform and test it out this way. Suffocating Fumes hits easily. Gas passes. But will Spirit pass, or will it be the first Mythical to not pass? Only one way to find out. First off, let's go ahead and use Wrath of Ra. This is our longest range ability, and it actually passes right away. And as for Leopard, easily passes. And as for Yeti, obviously with the Frostbite Boulder, easily passes as well. 2 Mythicals left for level 1. First off, Kissane, and this one, without question, passes. Last but not least, for level 1, we have Dragon. And since we're not going to be using the transformation, it doesn't matter which one we go, so I'm going to go west. This one, I think we have a very clear idea if this is going to pass or not. It easily passes. I'm not even going to charge this fully. Hits easily and goes even further past. So now we've completely wrapped up with level 1. And these are all the fruits that couldn't pass. But this is now level 2. Now we're going to be using the moves from this distance, and we have to see if it hits all the way over here. Once again, we're starting with Rocket. Now, Rocket may have won level 1, but let's see if Rocket wins level 2. And oh, Rocket still hits from there? No way. So this is our first fruit to pass level 2, and it did quite convincingly. Now let's see if Spin does. Our best move is Air Slasher, and oh, Spin does not pass level 2. So that means Spin has to go in good range category. Next up, we got Bomb, and Bomb. Oh, it's right on top of her. Let's see if this actually hits though. Oh no, Bomb didn't hit. So this means Bomb cannot move on, and instead goes in the good range category. But what about Smoke? Last time, Smoke Blast went pretty far. Let's see if it does this time. And let's see, does it hit? Oh, it still does. So Smoke moves on. And now we're on to Spike. Now, Spike may have passed level 1, but I have a feeling this is not about to make it to level 2. And yeah, it can't. Spike Summon can only go so far before it just can't go any further. Spike is destined to go in good range tier. Let's see if Flame suffers the same fate, though. So first off, we have Blue Fire Bullets. Let's see if this reaches. Oh, it reached off that alone. Flame passes. What about Ice, though? Let's see if Ice will hit. And oh, Ice actually went past, so I'm gonna consider that a pass. I just kind of aimed it wrong. Looks like Frozen Dragon's got some more potential we've yet to see. Now we got Sand, Desert Blade. Does that hit? Yep, passes that convincingly. But what about Dark? I feel like Dark just barely made it last time. Let's see if the Dark Rocks hit from over here. And oh, it actually made it further. I don't know how I missed that. Hold on, let's try that again. I know it made it further, but we need to see if it actually hits the target on this one. Come on. And it does. Perfect. Dark passes. Now, Eagle's M1s made it that far last time. Let's see if this is the same case this time. I have a feeling we may have met Eagle's match. Let's see, though. Fully charged M1. And oh, the M1 goes just over here, bro. No. Eagle gets dropped off in the good range tier. But what about Light? I have a feeling Divine Arrow is going to be enough with this one. Let's see. Yep, easy. Now let's do Rubber. I'm assuming this is going to be another easy pass. Yep, light work. Rubber moves on. Now let's see, does Magma make it? Let me shoot the Fire Showers. Oh, that made that easily. But as for Quake, I think Quake might have met its match in level 2. Only one way to find out, though. Okay, Air Crusher. Does that hit? No, it does. Wait, it did. The move disappeared and it still hit. Well, I guess it's a pass. And now it's Buddha time. It passed the first one. Let's see if it passes the second one, and easily. But what about Love Fruit? Heart Shot does not hit. Okay, so we have one more ability that could hit. We're all relying on Cupid Zone, and Cupid Zone hits. Love moves on. For now, we're moving on to Creation. All right, first off, let me try to see. Will Sword Box reach over there? Let me see. Sword Box. Ooh, Sword Box does not hit. Okay. So we're all riding on Magic City. Let me try to hold that as much as I can. Magic City. And Magic City still hits. Damn, that covered the entire thing of this. Creation passive with Flying Colors. And now on for Spider. Let's be real. We all know the results of this one. Easy. Yeah, Spider's got a lot of ways to go before it starts getting challenged. And the next several fruits to pass were Sound, Rumble, and Pain. Now we're on Blizzard, the last legendary fruit. Let's see. Will it pass second level? And okay, Snowflake Shuriken didn't hit. Whiteout, will this one hit? Come on, come on, come on. No, that's our best bet. That's our best bet. Last but not least, we have Blizzard Domain. Does this hit? And the answer is no. Blizzard gets left off in good range, which means we've only got Mythicals left. Starting with Gravity. In this one, let's go ahead and use Shooting Star. Light work. And the next few Mythicals to pass was Mammoth, T-Rex, Doe, and Shadow. And now we're on to Venom. Let's see if this one can pass. All right, let's hold up Noxus shot as much as we can. And wow, wait, that's the longest range ability we got. Venom loses on level 2. Hold on, let's try to aim this up. Maybe if we aim this more up. No, that's as far as it goes. Venom can't go any further. So this is the first mythical to not pass. This is insane work. I didn't think Venom would fall this low. But alas, Venom is dropped off in good range tier. Next up, we got Control. And for this one, I think there's no doubt this should be able to hit. Yep, let me use Levitate, and that ability hits. Next up, we got Gas. Let's see if this one passes. Suffocating Fumes, and oh, it reaches. Gas moves on. As for Spirits, let's see. Oh, that didn't reach. I think that's the longest range ability, but let's wait for End of Times just in case. Wait, hold on. Can we summon the homies? Oh, the homie can reach over there. So you know what? Technically, Spirit can pass. That is an attack you can put down. I'm going to count it either way. It's furry time, boys. Leopard on level 2. All right, let me go up in the air for this one. Spiral Kick. It's the longest range ability we got. It didn't hit. Okay, hold on. Maybe I need to hold it. But in the meantime, I'll wait for that cooldown. Let me see if that hits. Nope. Okay, hold on. Let me try this. Spiraling Kick. And it doesn't go. So Leopard does not pass. That's crazy. Leopard gets dropped off in good range. Now for Yeti, I think this one should have no problem passing. Let's go ahead and use Frostbite Boulder. Oh, okay, I aimed that wrong. Oh, wait, that still actually hit. The shards of the boulder hitting off still counts. Kitsune time. Let's see if this hits. Foxfire Disruption. And yeah, that's easy. Now for the last one, level 2, we have Dragon. Easily passes. The remaining fruits you see right here pass level 2 and we'll move on to level 3. But the ones in good range, the 2 mythicals and the rest, sadly fail. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into level 3, which is going to start from the arches of the outside of Turtle Mansion all the way to the end of the road right here. Yeah, a lot of fruits are going to fail this one. Starting off with the Rocket Fruit, which has honestly impressed me that it's even made this far, but I think it's met its match. Rocket Crash and oh, that actually made it really far, but not even close. Rocket gets dropped off an insane range tier. Let's see if the Smoke Blast will hit all the way over there. Let's go ahead and hold as much as we can. And let's see. Nope, it didn't even make it halfway. Sadly, Smoke's met his match 2 this time, ladies and gentlemen. It's out. Maybe Flame will make it, though. I honestly think Flame could make it. Let's see. Blue Fire Bullets, does that make it? That actually made it really far. Okay, what about Prominence Burst? Come on. Wow. Okay. Last ditch effort. We have Hell's Core. Come on, let me charge that thing fully. Hell's Core. Does that hit? Oh, it's actually going really far. That actually might hit. Oh, it didn't hit. It just disappeared toward the end, bro. No. Flame, sadly, you're out. And if Flame couldn't make it, ladies and gentlemen, I have no hope for Ice. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this. Frozen Dragon. Let's see. How am I even gonna do this? Oh, it made it really far. Actually, no, that's not even halfway. Yeah, Ice is out too, bro. This is sad. None of these fruits yet have made it past this, but maybe the Sand Fruit will. Let's go ahead and find out. Let me charge this as much as I can. Desert, come on. Blade. That didn't even make it halfway. Tough challenge we got here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if the Deep Sand will. Come on, let's charge that up fully. Deep Sand. Nope, that disperses quick. Sand is out. Dark's made it far. I honestly didn't think Dark could even make it half as far as it did. Let's see if it passes or if it fails. Dark Rocks, you could only do so much. Let's see though. Does those hit? No, they just straight up disappear. Dark, I'm sorry, you're cooked. Light Fruit. Let's see. Divine Arrow. Let me try to aim it right up there. Oh, they disperse quick. There ain't no way Hand of Emperor is reaching there. This is the max range of that. Light is out. But what about the Rubber Fruit? I got Gear 2 activated. Let me go ahead and use Slingshot. There's no way this hits. All the way from over here. Yeah, it has nothing to grab onto. Wow, we haven't had a single passing fruit. This might be cooked. Does Magma have it? Let's see. Come on, let me aim that as high as it could go. Wow, those are actually making it pretty far, but not close enough. Let me aim this as high as it could go. Let's see how far that... Oh, wow, that didn't even make it far. Last ditch effort, we got Volcanic Storm. Let's see, and... Oh, let's make it a far. Oh, that goes down way too quick. Yeah, I'm afraid magma fails too. Maybe quake will pass with the sea quake. First off, let's try air crusher. Ooh, that's not gonna hit. Yeah, that's not hitting. That's not hitting. That is not hitting. Absolutely not. What about sea quake? Let's see. Maybe the quakes will come in that way and hit it. Only one way to find out. Let's see. Come on, come on, come on. And oh no, the sea quakes are coming from the exact opposite direction. Quake fails. And Buddha also fails. But what about love? The previous fruit that had the infinite range. Does it still work? Come on, let's hold keep zone as long as it can go. Let me aim it up there. And nope, it does not work. It's been sadly nerfed. Gone are the days where love can shoot people from across the sea. It's over. Love fails. I'm gonna be honest, there's literally no hope for creation. Like Magic City barely made it past the last one. Yeah, that's not even close. Sadly, creation is done. All of these fails, ladies and gentlemen, but I think this next one may be a winner. Spider fruit. Only one way to find out. Let's see. Overheated sniper. Does this reach? And I think that actually reached, but I gotta aim it right. Okay, let's give that a retry. Maybe we need to get down on another level. Let's give this another try. Oh, I actually hit it there. Wow, wait. So Spider actually passes this. Overheated Sniper has insane range, boys. Only fruit that's passed so far. And now we're on Sound, which has literally no hope of passing. But let's go ahead and see if it does anyways. Yeah, no, that just ends too soon. Sadly, Sound does not make it. And Rumble's got little hope too, especially now with that. Yeah, that did not even get close. Sky Judgment has a capped limit of this far. Yeah, that's not hitting there. But what about a little Thunderball Destruction? Let's see. And nope, capped limit. Sadly, my favorite fruit does not pass. But what about the pain fruit? Yes, sir. This may be the second pass other than Spider. Let's see. Heavy pain. Let's go ahead and aim that. I'm going to aim that up. Let's do that. Does that actually hit? I think that's right on the money. I think that's right on the money. Oh, it's a little too high. Okay, hold on. Okay, let me try. How can I get this to hit? What's the best way I can get this to hit? Let me do it like that. Yeah, that might be too low. That might be too low. Oh, that actually hit. That actually hit, bro. What? Pain fruit passes. And this one, I bet y'all are interested to know. The gravity fruit. Gravity fruit would have normally not been able to pass this whatsoever. Would have literally had zero chance. But watch, ladies and gentlemen. If we use shooting star, aim it right there, and use that, you guys will see. It does not hit. Okay, hold on. Actually, let me do a redo. Let me do a redo. Aim's a little low, so we're gonna aim it a little higher. Higher than it should. And okay, that time it was too far, but you see it went past her. So let me do it like this, and it hits. 100% hits. Gravity passes. Yo, does the new gravity fruit have the highest range in the game? Hey, could be. But the following next mythicals all failed this test terribly. Mammoth, T-Rex, Doe, Shadow, Control, Gas, and Spirits all failed. That's a lot of dang mythicals. But next up, we got the Yeti fruit. Now I have a feeling this one's not going to disappoint. Frostbite Boulder has some crazy range to it. I think it could actually hit this. Let me aim it all the way up because it has a lot of drop, I believe. And first try. Yo, who would have thought, bro? Who would have thought Yeti had that kind of range, bro? Huh? Yeti passes easily. 2 fruits left. And second to last, we have Kitsune. Kitsune's made it very far, but let's see if it's end of the road here or if it continues. Nope, that is the end of the road for Kitsune. Foxtrot Disruption is our longest range ability, which means Kitsune, sadly, is stuck in insane range. It's met its match. Well, what about the Dragon Fruit? Both of these transformations have the exact same range, so we're just gonna go with West. And now, let's go ahead and get our transformation. Full transformation ready? Let's go. All right, Dragon West. Now, I've never actually tested the max distance of Heat Wave Cannon, so I'm a little curious. I'm actually gonna go a little bit behind the start lines. Let's see if this actually works. Heat Wave Cannon charged all the way, and this, look, not only did it hit, it literally pushed her all the way over here. That is crazy. Dragon passes 100%. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the range of all fruits tested in the game. And all we have left is the Spider, Pain, Gravity, Yeti, and Dragon Fruit, which all passed level 3 with flying colors. So all of these fruits will get moved to the FaZe clan tier. Who would have thought, bro? Gravity and Yeti? I didn't think they had it in them. I do want to point out that none of these brackets are ordered, but as for FaZe clan tier, these 5 fruits all have the highest range in the game.